In this assignment, we will be tracing a cartoon character. So begin by going to photopea.com and then opening up a new project either by clicking here, or of course you can click on File New over here. And you will name your project, whatever the name of your character that you are doing. So I'm going to do Mickey Mouse. Remember, you can do, with no space, you want to capitalize your letters to separate the words, or you can do an underscore in between. Just use those file naming conventions we talked about last semester. So I'm doing Mickey Mouse. If you're doing Donald Duck or any of the others, use the correct name. Choose the defaults, 1280 by 720, 72 DPI, and a white background, and then click Create. Now here, I'm going to open up the file that matches that name, File, Open and Place. Remember, Open will open up a new project. Open and Place will put that image right on top here. And I'm going to choose my Mickey Mouse. Now see that we have a background here that is white and a layer that is Mickey Mouse. Make sure you're clicked on the Mickey Mouse. It should be selected already. And change your opacity right here. You could highlight that and just change that down to 50%. That, it lowers, it adds more transparency to it, or lowers the opacity. And now we are going to use the pen tool to draw around it. First, I'll zoom in a bit. I'm going to click Z on my keyboard to zoom in, or you could use the tool right down here. I've zoomed in, and if I need to move it around, I could click on the hand, or again, you could just click H on your keyboard and move it around. And now we're going to use the pen tool. So click on the pen tool. Make sure you don't use free pen. Make sure you use the regular pen. And you could see the image difference. That free pen has this little squiggle down at the bottom. So I'm choosing pen. Change your fill to none. Your stroke to blue. So I'll click here, click on the red box right next to the no fill, or the no stroke, and then change it to this blue color right there. And I'm going to go ahead and keep that 4.4 points this time. Now this won't look as sweet, and the corners won't look as smooth, but I'm not concerned about it. We're just working on using the pen tool to trace. So go ahead and start your first point, do a second point. Don't do it way over here. You're going to have a problem. Watch how you won't be able to get that exactly. So just use a reasonable distance. I'll go about a quarter turn, maybe a little bit less, and pull that over in the right direction. And then I'll just keep going around this, to create the ears. Then when I'm done with the ears, don't forget, and I'm not going to go through each of these steps, but you click escape. See how we have our dots right here? When I click escape, that disappears. I've let go of this right here. And then maybe I'll come, as I go, I can go around and whatnot. I'll choose another spot and click on that. And once I have that, I'll let go of that, and I'll click escape to get rid of, to end this one, and those dots will disappear. Notice that, the ends of these are not as sharp as the actual thing, but that's okay. Right now, we're just getting in the habit of drawing around. Um, Another tip right here, as you're continuing around the ear, when you get to this spot right here, well, this one shouldn't be too hard because we can uh, get that turn right there. That's a little sloppy right here, but here's the most important part. I want you to remember you need to turn your handle around. So I'm going to get that in the spot right there. And then before I let go, I'm going to hold down Option and turn the direction around. That's this handle. Turn the direction around so that when I do the next spot, it goes in the correct direction. So remember to do those things. You'll learn what spots those are. And if you make a mistake, there's Command Z or Control Z to undo stuff. Okay, that's the basics of it. You're not going to be going ahead and filling in any color. Okay, remember, you're not going in and filling any color. You're just making the shapes around. But I'm going to go ahead and open up the project that this project that I started on, so I can jump ahead and show you a couple of tips once you get going. So you'll notice the ear here is not so smooth around, and once you get that started, especially here, I'll show you on this one. Go ahead and below the pen tool on the left side here, we have the path select tool. You're going to want to choose the bottom one, the white, the one that's white on the inside instead of this one. Choose that, click on that, and then make sure, notice over here, I've labeled everything so I know what I'm looking at. And right here, this is his right ear. I could click and unclick the eye sign here to make sure I'm on the right one. And I'll come up here with my, remember again, it's that bottom select tool. And I could click on, oops, I don't have that clicked on, the right ear. Make sure you click on that layer, and then you come over here and you could click that dot. I'll even zoom in a little bit more so we can see. I want to just smooth it out a bit. So I'll come back to this. It's A is the shortcut key if you need to know, but I may need to adjust the handles here. That might smooth it out, or in some cases, I might want to grab that center point and move it around. Um, I'll do this one more time so that you can see what I'm talking about cleanup. Um, so let's do, so that's one spot. You know, again, I could go around this whole thing, but let's take a look at another spot. The nose is one on mine, but I think even better, right here, I intentionally ended it here to show you. This is not touching all the way, so this is my lower lip right here. I'm going to click on that layer, choose that, sorry, the direct select tool right there, and I could come in here and grab that handle right there and just draw that right up to connect it. So there's another one we can do. Again, the ends, you know, don't sharpen out as they do in the drawing. I'm not concerned about that. I'm just concerned about getting the basic tracing of this. If you do have any questions, please ask me. That's the entire idea.